me take you back in time. It's Christmas 2006, and you just woke up and hopped out of bed. But what's this? There's a box under the tree. Oh my god, it's Nintendo's new hit console, the Wii. But what am I supposed to play on this thing? What's this little game? It's yeah! During the late 2000s, the Wii was the biggest sensation in the world. Anybody who was anybody knew what the Wii was and the impact it had on the world, and the impact it had on TVs. Before the Switch, the Wii was Nintendo's best-selling home console with over 100 million units sold. From retirement homes to the royal throne, the Wii was everywhere. And with it came a little game called Wii Sports. Wii Sports was such an amazing little launch title that demonstrated exactly what the Wii was. All the mini-games in Wii Sports were, you guessed it, sports. Everything from tennis to baseball to golf to bowling and even boxing. Everyone from the tiniest kids to the biggest adults could understand how to play the game just by looking at the screen because everyone knew the sports. The simplicity of the motion controls invited even the most non-gamers of your family to give it a shot and experience the stupid joy of watching your character swing a tennis racket with you. Sure, the game was basically a glorified tech demo for the Wii, but it had some real heart. The actual motion controls were a lot deeper than you may have thought, and the training mode showed that off. You could practice the spin control of bowling, your aim and timing of the tennis ball, or the combo system of boxing. And then there's the fitness section that would later get expanded into Wii Fit. This would test your Wii fitness age. You could only do this once a day to see your growth, but it was really just seeing how good you were at the games. I mean, this thing just can't be accurate. Yeah, definitely not accurate. Wii Sports really was special. I mean, seriously, the Wii and Wii Sports were a phenomenon that felt like they took over the whole world for a time. This game has so many memories for me and so many others born in that era. But you want to know the best part of it all? They didn't stop at just one. Just a few years later, on June 25th, 2009, Nintendo released its follow-up to Wii Sports, being Wii Sports Resort. This game was so much better than the original. Having a total of 12 sports this time around, Resort more than doubled its collection. Not only that, but the sports themselves had multiple ways to play, just like the training mode in the original. The new sports included being swordplay, wakeboarding, frisbee, archery, basketball, table tennis, power cruising, canoeing, cycling, and air sports, with golf and bowling returning with improved controls and added mechanics. Although I don't think all the games are great, the peaks of this game are amazing. Swordplay is just fantastic. Swinging a sword around like an idiot is a perfect example of what the Wii was made for. The regular game is something I would always challenge my friends in growing up, but the adventure-like showdown is incredibly fun to go through even today with you walking around and slaying your foes. And playing basketball with a friend is one of the most enjoyable experiences you can get with someone in the same room as you. The act of shooting, going for a steal, blocking a shot, and dunking makes the game feel fluid with a surprising amount of counterplay and mind games. And trying to beat your high score on the 3-point contest is something that has always been satisfying. And the returning sports have been upgraded so much from the original. Golf has new mechanics to make the swings more calculated, and not only does it bring back all of the Wii Sports courses, but they also introduced the new resort courses, essentially doubling the content for the sport. Bowling is much faster in Resort as they got rid of a ton of downtime, and having the Wii Motion Plus introduced made the spin control feel so much more intentional and satisfying to pull off. But what's the best sport of them all? Well, first, let me introduce you to the island. The whole point of Wii Sports Resort is that the game is set on the seaside resort island named Woohoo Island. Even if you've never played Wii Sports Resort, there's still a pretty good chance that you know about Woohoo Island. From Mario Kart 7's Flower Cup to Mario Kart 8's Battle Mode, all the way to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Woohoo Island is an iconic part of Nintendo history. Heck, there's even an old Iwata Asked interview where Miyamoto calls Woohoo Island a character of Nintendo. So why am I bringing this up all of a sudden? Well, that's because of Island Flyover. Island Flyover is one of Wii Sports Resort's air sports, wherein you get to control a plane and fly around Woohoo Island, running into balloons and collecting eye points. On paper, this may sound a bit boring, but seriously give it a chance, and you'll end up exploring Woohoo Island for hours. The team at Nintendo really put effort into Woohoo Island. You can go inside the volcano, travel through the tunnels of Maka Woohoo and the Sea Serpent Cave, visit the mysterious castle at Duckling Lake, or delicately maneuver your plane through the massive Red Iron Bridge. You can even fly around and see where every single sport in the game is played, like with the Swordplay Coliseum, bowling alley, basketball courts, or my personal favorite of both the old and new golf courses. There's seriously an insane amount of detail to Woohoo Island, which adds just so much more to the immersion of the game. I used to dream as a kid of living on Woohoo Island, and I know I'm not the only one. The fact that it feels so real makes it so much more exciting to explore as you learn the ins and outs with the shortcuts and the secret locations of the island. I just went to the Nintendo Museum in Japan for its opening, and even Nintendo knows they did something right, as they had this big ass Wiimote that you could use for island flyover, which was the only game from Wii Sports included in the museum. And of course we went inside the volcano, because why wouldn't you? And I don't know how I got this far in the video without mentioning the music. There's nothing quite as iconic as the Wii era music. There's something about the Wii and the Wii Sports music that has always been incredibly iconic. I mean, like, just about every YouTuber and streamer constantly uses music from these games and from across the entire Wii soundtrack. Music is a bit hard to talk about because of how subjective it is, but the main theme of Wii Sports is just as iconic to me as the Mario theme, and it has always stuck with me ever since I heard it all those years back. I couldn't go this whole video without mentioning that. Wii Sports really was awesome, and the time that I spent with my family and my friends playing the game is something that I'll never forget. Nintendo hit some sort of magic with these games that make them some of the most fondly remembered games of all time. And I seriously believe that Wii Sports is one of the most impactful series Nintendo has ever made. And thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, or anything, and I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. I'll see you next time. Later.